Morning, guys. Tuesday, December 24th, 2024. Got little Lucky up in here with me. She got a blanket in front of her heater. She's a happy girl. So I put the tailgate down. I gotta cut these. These are the screws I use to hold the Apache trim on, and I need to trim all those off flush. Make sure they're tight and trim them off flush. I might loosen them up a little bit first and put a dab of Loctite before I tighten them back up. That way they don't come loose on me. Just got the gaskets hanging up right now. Gonna get them kind of lube, a little more flexible before I try to install them. Got the fire burning. Ugh. And I got the waste oil heater working. So the oil just drips down that pipe. From that jug, there's a small pinhole in the jug, and it just drips into the funnel, comes down and goes into the fire and burns away. I could just see it just dripping in there. Little cleaner around my stove. Got rid of everything I didn't need in here. Gonna do Operation Clean Out on this garage this winter. There's like these brackets hanging there. Why are they still there? They went from something I thought I was gonna use them for, and then the old steering wheel from the lawnmower. I mean, I can go around and it's crazy all the stuff I got stored up in here. But I'm gonna clean it out this winter. First I want to get up in the back. Get these windows stuffed in, so let me get set up to do that. So just stuffing the back windows in now. I just love that detail of that roof, the way it heaps up like that. I don't know, man. That just, when I saw that out in the junkyard, I said I gotta have it, and it really did fit well on the roof, everything, because I cut as much metal out as I saved as much metal as I could. And even though I was only able to get, there's like 3 inches of the original roof here, and then it was a big hole because there used to be a bed up on top here when this was a camper. So I got to go inside and put the screws on. Let's go do that. I love the way this seat turns right around. It's got swivel buckets. I can swivel towards the center here, and it gives me more room behind the seat here. Especially because I got to be working in here, and I'm going to be building get the speaker boxes installed and everything. So tonight's Christmas Eve. Waiting on Connie to get out of work. She works breakfast and lunch today. The girl likes to work the holidays because she gets what's called double pay. It's like it's not just double time, it's double pay, I guess. I don't know how it works out. But she gets paid the holiday and she gets paid to work. So she likes to do the double shift. I gotta turn this thing here out of the way. Slide it forward. And turn. Okay. So these back windows, like I said, see how they tilt out? And that makes it so you can get a nice, oh boy, I bet won't even need air conditioning with this thing. Between the sunroof, these back windows flipping out, there'll be some cool air coming through here. This one I fixed here. This is the one I fixed on the right. And you can see it's working just fine. Get this last screw in here. Boy, what a job I had getting these screws out. As I told you guys, the back of this van came from a junkyard. And it had been in the junkyard. They were using it to store parts for a while. And then it had like old carburetors and then I bought the back of it to use here. Cut it off. Went out in the junkyard. Boy, it was hot. I mean, it was wicked hot, and I literally was running out of breath, man. I was like feeling like an old man out there in that heat, humping and wearing the mask, cutting that thing off. Ah, man, I hate getting old. I wish at some point I could just flip the switch and start going back to I was a baby again. You know, give me another 64 years of good life, but reality. So those are in. I can now latch them down. Closed. All's good and good. This sunroof, if you can see, is actually out of a Nissan, and I fixed the gasket, but it turns out where it was leaking was these screws right here were loose. I didn't even realize it, and it's got like a rubber gasket O-ring, or a flat washer rather, but once I tighten those up, all the leak problems have gone. I gotta get my legs through here. This is the only thing about turning around. My legs. It's the only thing I don't like about the van is that the motor is stuffed in, and your leg room in here is limited. But it's not a big deal. I mean, it's, you know, it's not a deal breaker. So I gotta make gaskets for these lights now, and as usual, I'll be making my own. That's right, Sousa's cheap-ass garage makes his own gaskets. I don't call up and order them. But it's just a square piece of paper. And I'll get on that next. So, hope you're all enjoying your Tuesday out from Rusty, Rhode Island.